Rain falls on the city like it's keeping secrets. Not heavy, not sudden, just constant enough to make the streets slick and reflective, like mirrors for things you don't want to see. He stands under an awning, waiting for a car that isn't coming. It's late, not alarmingly late, just late enough that waiting becomes an exercise in noticing everything else. The sidewalk glistens with small puddles. Cigarette smoke curls from a shop doorway. A man mutters under his breath, counting coins, pausing, recounting, as if every number might decide his fate. He checks his watch, a mechanical wristwatch, no digital displays, something that ticks even when it shouldn't. The meeting was scheduled for 10:30. It's 10:42. He doesn't panic. He doesn't know how to panic anymore. The system has trained him otherwise. When the car arrives, it slows but doesn't stop immediately. He steps forward. The driver says nothing, opens the door. The leather smells faintly of something burned. Not smoke exactly, just burnt. He gets in. The ride is silent. He notices details. The windshield wipers leave streaks of rain like a clock counting down. The tires hiss against water pooled in uneven asphalt. Traffic lights flicker somewhere ahead, unnoticed by everyone else but visible enough to matter. He is going to a building he's never been in. Not officially, not on record. Inside, the lobby is immense and deliberately empty. Marble floors that shine too much. Security cameras in corners that seem to lean toward him. He wonders briefly whether the cameras see him as he wants to be seen or as he is. An elevator arrives. Silent, smooth, impossible. He steps in, presses the button for a floor he doesn't know the number of. The panel lights up. Nothing else. The doors close. The ride is long. He imagines it as a tunnel, a quiet tunnel. When he exits, there is a room, a table. 3 people sitting around it perfectly spaced, not facing him, but angled so that nothing he does can escape unnoticed. One of them speaks. Her voice is soft, precise. She doesn't introduce herself. She doesn't need to. "Thank you for coming," she says. The words are not comforting. They are deliberate. She slides a folder toward him. Closed. No label. No writing. Nothing. He opens it. Inside, a series of pages with numbers, dates, codes. They appear normal until he realizes they aren't. Not wrong, not impossible, just wrong for him. The patterns shift subtly across the pages. The relationships between numbers are off. Not enough to notice immediately, not enough to prove anything. He asks a question. A simple question. Why are these out of sequence? She doesn't answer directly. She smiles faintly. "I think you'll see soon enough." The folder slides slightly closer. He's trapped by curiosity. Minutes pass. He reads, rereads. Lines that seemed minor gain weight. Totals that looked balanced now feel hollow. A sequence of events he assumed was linear shows gaps, omissions, deliberate pauses. She watches. The other 2 watch. Silent. It's the first real lesson. Systems don't fail because of mistakes. They fail because of control. He looks up. One of them asks a question about a choice he made weeks ago. Not important in ordinary life. Critical here. The kind of detail no one should notice. His answer is honest. Measured. Careful. They nod. Nothing more. Hours pass. He notices how every minute stretches longer than the last. The folder grows heavier, though nothing was added. The weight is mental, emotional, real. Eventually, she slides another folder across the table. Similar, different, smaller. The process repeats. Numbers, codes, sequences. He understands now. The system is a maze he cannot escape. The walls are invisible. Every door opens into another corridor with fewer markers. He notices he has stopped asking for exits. Days turn into weeks. Every email, every phone call, every instruction he receives is now filtered through the awareness that someone is watching for curiosity. Not mistakes, curiosity. He notices patterns. Floors that don't exist on maps. Names that change spelling mid-document. Notifications that appear, then disappear. He sleeps less, not because of fear, because he is calculating, because he is learning to measure the cost of noticing. Months pass. He receives a package. No return address. Inside, a single page. A number circled. A date underlined. He knows it isn't for him, but he also knows it is. The realization is slow. He doesn't speak of it. Later, a meeting occurs. Same room, different arrangement, only two people. The air feels colder. The folder he carried for months is returned, stamped, and relabeled. He is told to archive it personally. Archive personally is not a suggestion. It is a command disguised in language. He files it. Years later, he will remember that moment. Not because it mattered materially, but because it was the moment he understood who owns information, who controls flow, who decides which curiosity survives. Outside, rain falls as it always does. Streets reflect it. People pass over it. A man counts coins, a woman crosses the street. Everything moves as if nothing happened. The folders, the meetings, the silent lessons, they are invisible to everyone but him. And the system keeps moving, unbroken, precise, patient. Nothing is resolved. Nothing changes. Only awareness grows, and awareness by itself is heavy. If this stayed with you, leave a thought. We tell stories like this here,